Okay, good evening, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bailey Hao and Mr. Lai Jian Hong. I'll introduce them in a short while. First of all, thank you so much for joining us tonight, whether you're here physically or online. If you can hear me or see me, can you just say yes on the comment so that we know that you are okay there online? All right. Well, we're quite excited to have this company here today with us, DS Sigma, who is going to go on listing on the AIS market on the 6th of January. Right, but their history has actually come a long way in 2002, which is now one of the subsidiaries, right, who's basically deal in packaging products, right? So basically they are they are a packaging product manufacturer, but Le Hao, when I had a conversation with him, he always said that, you know, we are not just a manufacturer right now, we are a solutions provider. So that's why you see, you know, we titled it as, in fact, Le Hao wants to have a paradigm shift on this packaging industry, right? Now, before I introduce the two speakers actually we have here today, we have the Executive Director, Le Hao, and together with Lai Jian Hong, who is the Chief Financial Officer, all right, to actually present to you. And first of all, before I invite them in, can you just please keep your phone in silent mode, okay? And if you have any questions later after the presentation, you just raise your hands because we need to give you the mic to speak on the mic so that those guys online is able to hear you as well. All right? Okay, now just a show of hands, anyone of you here or online have actually heard about DS Sigma? Anyone? Okay, good. So we have new people to actually convince. Right? Yeah, so online as well, if you know, you can just put DS Sigma on the comment. Okay, for those who are online, you have questions, you can just type it down. So I'll bring those questions up to the presenters later on. All right? Okay, so without further ado, I don't want to explain so much about his paradigm shift in the package solutions, right, provider. Give all the space for how to actually explain to you all where the company is heading, where their business are at, and also where are the opportunities is. I think today I just had a notification on the company. It was just out of the papers today, I think from Mercury Securities. We actually give a recommendation. We cannot say, so you can still go and type DS Sigma and find news there. You can see basically what they highlighted for the company. Okay, but we are really excited to have them here because we have a young and capable executive director, Le Hao from DS Sigma. So without further ado, I want to invite Le Hao on stage to actually present to you guys. Thank you so much. Please welcome Le Hao.
Hello, testing. Are we playing the corporate video?
You want to play again? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, sure.
All right, you're going to play the corporate video first.
Sigma Holdings Bhd. DS Sigma is a packaging solutions provider with an aspiration of providing total packaging solutions tailored to businesses' needs, from design, manufacture, stocking, to delivery. It started off in 2002 with the supply of plastic and protective packaging materials. In 2003, our group ventured into manufacturing and supply of corrugated paper packaging products. Here in Central Peninsula, Malaysia, is the heart of DS Sigma. Today, DS Sigma operates in 3 locations, including Klang, Nilai, and Puchong. DS Sigma's vision of being a packaging solutions provider begins with shifting its customers' mindset from traditionally sourcing different products from multiple packaging providers to choosing DS Sigma as a trusted one-stop packaging center. This strategy is to provide convenience and efficiency to meet its customers' needs and requirements through its complete set of packaging products. what makes the group truly stand out is its pursuit of transformation in the packaging industry arena. At DS Sigma, adaptability to change is the core value of its business. Today's supply chain management is more important than ever. And that is the reason DS Sigma integrates its packaging solutions to its customer supply chain. DS Sigma offers innovative packaging design that suits its customers' preferences, using the latest design technology and taking into consideration packaging ergonomics and product sensitivity. DS Sigma also offers packaging solutions aimed at achieving economical and efficient use of cartons and shipping container space for storage and transportation, thus saving on logistic costs. The ability to optimize just-in-time inventory management. DS Sigma prioritizes on-time delivery of its products to its customers on demand, saving on customers' warehousing space and reducing their carrying costs. On top of that, it also provides assembly and packing services. DS Sigma provides consignment services for the convenience of its customers, where it maintains a certain level of packaging products at its customers' vendors' warehouse to meet their production schedule. A true packaging solutions provider. Quality excellence takes top priority at its core, and that's why its products are the foundation of its customers' business success. DS Sigma's manufacturing facilities with ongoing system improvement ensures operational excellence. Multiple in-house durability tests ensure consistency in its product's quality, at the same time allowing continuous breakthrough in the reliability and economical of its products. Over the years, its product's quality had acquired multiple recognition from its customers. DS Sigma also runs ISO 9001 quality management system and ISO 14001 environmental management system. With that, DS Sigma Holdings Bhd have become a well-trusted partner of many well-known brands worldwide such as Sony, Samsung, and Panasonic. The group targets to expand its manufacturing operations with the inclusion of a third manufacturing plant in Klang and broaden its operational facilities north to Penang to facilitate the expansion of its geographical reach to customers in the northern region of Malaysia. DS Sigma is on target to fully automate its manufacturing process with new machinery and equipment that will also allow the group to manufacture new products and expand its testing and prototyping facilities to serve its customers with better products. The group is also venturing into new target markets such as solar PV, medical devices, and electronic and electrical industry. Packaging is very ubiquitous. It affects many things in lives, and sustainable packaging solution is where DS Sigma will go in reshaping the future of packaging. DS Sigma is committed to support its customers in achieving their environmental goals, from reduce, reuse, and recycle. DS Sigma Holdings Bhd, a paradigm shift.
Okay, so thank you Equity Trackers for having us today. So my name is Le Hao. I'm the Executive Director of DS Sigma Holdings Bhd. So today I will do the corporate presentation on behalf of my company. And today I also have Mr. Lai, our Chief Financial Officer, with me doing the presentation. So we have 5 sections today. I will be presenting from section 1 to 4, and Mr. Lai will do the financial overview for the last part. Okay, section 1, I will be talking about IPO details. So DS Sigma will price at 55 cents per share, and our market capitalization upon listing will be 264 million ringgit. And looking at our IPO share allocation, 5% of the shares will be placed to Malaysian public via balloting, 2.04% is allocated pink form to eligible directors, employees, and also person who has contributed to the success of the companies. And 7.5%, approximately 7.5%, will be placed to selected investor via private placement. And then the remaining 12.5% will be placed to Bumiputra investor that are approved by MITI. So the two promoters will also undertake an offer for sale of approximately 8% of the share outstanding. So Public Investment Bank is our sole principal advisor, sponsor, underwriter, placement agent, and the two promoters will also have a 6-month moratorium after listings. Okay, so looking at our listing timeline, the opening of balloting and closing will be from 13th of December to the 21st of December, and then our target listing date is 6th of January. Am I blocking the wheel if standing? Okay. Okay, a breakdown of our utilization of proceeds. So a total of 50.15 million ringgit will be raised for this listing exercise, and approximately 70% will be placed for the expansion of operational facilities as well as capital expenditures. So first part, we will be utilizing approximately 17 million ringgit for expansion of a new Klang Factory 2, which is approximately double of our existing capacity, which is around 100,000 square feet. We are also moving to Penang. Right now, DS Sigma is only in the Klang Valley area, where all our operation is in Klang. We will be setting up a warehouse as a start. Approximately 1.2 million ringgit will be used for this expansion. Approximately 7.1 million ringgit from capital expenditure will be allocated to the automated and robotic packing machine. So this is used to streamline our manufacturing process, as we are also one of the industry that highly rely on manpower. We are using 3.2 million to purchase a honeycomb board machine, which is a new type of product offering in our company, and also 5.7 million to purchase a 6-color flexographic printing machine. So right now, DS Sigma only can print up to 3 colors flexographic. So we are introducing a new type machine in our company to target a wider range of customers. Okay, so another thing, interesting thing that we are doing right now is to establish a packaging design innovation center. So the total project cost for this is approximately 1 million ringgit. So this is to further enhance our company value-added service for our customers. And then the remaining 30% will be placed for repayment of bank borrowings, working capital, as well as listing expenses. So all the future plans, I will go into details later. So this is just a breakdown of our utilization of proceeds. Okay. So upon listing, after IPO, our shareholding structure, as you can see, existing shareholder still maintain 73% of the shares on the company, and remaining 27% will be held outside. And among the 73%, the two promoters, Ms. Lucille Teo and Mr. Bae Seng Lee. Ms. Lucille is my managing director, and Mr. Bae is my father. He's also an executive director in the company. So approximately, there will be held 67% of the shares. And we also have 2 other founders, which combine of 6 to 7% of the share outstanding. So all of the shares, DS Sigma will hold 100% of 3 of the subsidiary, namely Daisuan Manufacturing, Daisuan Packaging, and also Kaisong Industry. Okay, section 2, I'll move into our company overview. Okay, so a snapshot, DS Sigma is in the packaging industry. So I'm sure a lot of you came across with packaging in your life. Okay, so they are the consumer packaging that you came across every single day in the retail outlet, in the grocery stores. But DS Sigma, we also do industrial packaging. So industrial packaging used to pack a large quantity of goods for protection purpose and to ship overseas wise. So in our company, in order to differentiate ourselves, we are not a product-centric supplier. So we are not tied down to a single packaging product. We phrase ourselves, we position ourselves as a total packaging solutions provider since the start back in 2002. So how do we differentiate ourselves? Because packaging industry is a mature market, back in 2002. But our founders, they have, minimal capital when they started this business. How do we actually differentiate ourselves in securing key customers, major customer? and in this competitive industry. So we started off with providing one-stop packaging center, one-stop packaging service. So we are a one-stop packaging center. We provide all kind of packaging product according to our customer needs. So today, our customer, if they need paper, we provide paper, we source paper. If customer need plastic, we shift to plastic. So we are not a product-centric supplier. We work with big manufacturer on packaging products. We shift according to their need on providing packaging. So along the year, we claim ourselves as one-stop packaging center. So how is this competitive? Because traditionally, one MNCs, they have multiple vendors. They have the carton vendors, they have the plastic supplier, they have the foam supplier, they have the rubber supplier. So it can go up to nearly 15 to 20 for one MNCs. So our founder came with the idea, why not we source all the product for you? So actually this has two benefits for our customers, two major benefits for our customers. So first of all, during when damages of goods during shipping, transportation, when there are damages of goods, the supplier, different supplier, they blame each other, and then they didn't get the things done. So DS Sigma, we came out of this one stop. We tell them we took the responsibility and everything during your protection of goods, transportation. So you only have to deal with me. I will take care of the rest. So this is the first benefit, and then the second benefit is during the design and development process, we have the technical know-how in most of the packaging products offering outside. So we can shift according. Today, I'm not only providing paper only to you. I can come out with plastic solutions with you. So this is how DS Sigma, we differentiate with one stop first. And along the year, we are always customer focused. We provide solutions. This is our main goal. We work with many big guys as our supplier on providing the products to us. And then we are the customer facing front. And along the year, to keep on differentiating ourselves, MNCs, they have a change in management every 3 to 5 years. But how to justify why is DS Sigma always your, one of your key player in the company is we also integrate our solutions to their supply chain. So packaging is essential in the sense that it is in the end process of our customer supply chain where it involved in the assembly point. So once you manufacture your product ready, you have to place your product inside, the packaging carton, right, during your manufacturing. So, and then after that, you have to ship with lorry and then go into container. So we also look into supply chain. So I will go into details on supply chain later, how we provide solutions in this. And also a new direction that we are focusing is sustainable packaging. So right now there is a key structural change in this industry where they have to stop importing non-recyclable products. So many countries in the Western or US, European country, they have to stop importing non-recyclable products. So one of the key direction that we are moving into is also sustainable packaging. So to help our customer achieving their goals in sustainability. Okay. So these are the snapshot of our history, our milestone. So we started back in 2002 with our first customer, which is Samsung Electronics. So that time, my founder, they have minimal capital. So they started off with trading plastic products first. And then subsequently, the customers, they came to tell our founders, why don't you start paper also to complete your service as a one-stop? So that is the reason we jump into it, and then we found out that actually being a one-stop, you are able to solve the solutions when there are damages of goods, and also providing both technical know-how and you are not tied up to a single product. So this is how we come up with the idea, and then along the years, we also secure a few other key customers, including Sony, Panasonic, and we have expanded our capacity to Klang, to Nilai, and also Puchong. And recent 3 years, we are in the process of buying automated and packing machine to streamline our manufacturing process. And 2022 is our 20 years, and we are going listing on the ACE market. Okay, so DS Sigma essentially is just an investment holding company which held 3 subsidiaries, which is Daisuan Manufacturing, Daisuan Packaging. So Daisuan Manufacturing is our arm in manufacturing paper packaging products only. And Daisuan Packaging is our arm in facing customer, where we do not only paper, also we do plastic. We also have Kaisong Industry as our arm in doing plastic, sourcing plastic packaging products. So Daisuan has a meaning. This name Daisuan has a meaning. So Suwon is actually, it means a big source of water. Source of water, and then Dai is big. So we came out with this idea, big source of water. Okay. So our board of directors comprised of 7 people. We have Ismail as our chairman. He was an ex-director from Maida. So we chose him because he has an expertise in dealing with multinationals over the years, 30 years. So he can able to help us in this business. We also have, this is my MD, Lucille, and this is my father, Mr. Bay. They are both the ED of the company. They are in the packaging industry since they started this about 25 to 30 years. And myself. And we have 3 other independent directors. Mr. Lee was more than 20 years in accounting and financial sectors. And Ms. Masida was an experienced CFO, also accounting and financial sector. And Mr. Lu is a lawyer, okay, more than 25 years history. So our board comprised of various background of providing expertise. Yeah. Okay, section 3, our business overview. So how do we differentiate ourselves along the year? We started with one-stop packaging center. We manufacture paper packaging product, including carton, as well as protective packaging. And to complement our service, we also supply a variety, wide range of products, including plastic, foams, and rubbers. So to increase our consumer stickiness, to increase our service to our customer, to increase on their reliance on us, along the year, we also came out with a series of value-added service. Okay. So one of the value-added service that we always do with our customer is front-end value-added service. So this front-end typically means before we actually start every packaging model, we involve in the design and development process. So unlike many product-centric supplier, they are only involved, after they're just, in packaging, the customer will just pass you the drawings and then you just manufacture the goods according to the drawings only. So in DS Sigma, we also involved in the design and development. So what do we do in this design and development? Sometimes customers don't even know what solutions they need. They have their in-house packaging engineers. Sometimes they will go, they will come up with design and then we go sometimes high specification. So in DS Sigma, we collaborate. We use the word collaborate with our customers. We get into a discussion. We ask questions on their needs and wants. So we look into it. So a key thing that we always do with our customers, for example, MNC, they always come to you for cost down every time, 2%, 1%. So we always tell customer, how much can we actually save for you in packaging? It only comprises around 2% of your total cost. Okay, so let's look into your supply chain. So how do we do in this? We look into saving costs, packing more goods in a single carton or loading more in a container. Because, your packaging will be used for in their transportation in lorry, also go into their warehousing space, also take up a lot of costs, and also in container. So we look into their supply chain. So we tell customer, let's pack more goods in a single carton. Not necessarily the packaging product get cheaper. We might use even more expensive products to achieve, but at the end of the day, we manage to load more goods in a single lorry or single container. So this is the stuff that we do during front end. And we also look into their manufacturing process. When they have labor issue, we come up with idea on during the assembly and packing, how to actually minimize the job in doing assembly and packing, how to save your labor. Because sometimes, the customer, they go with super aesthetic value. Like I mentioned just now, we do industrial packaging a lot. Okay, so a bit of context about consumer and industry packaging. Consumer packaging is the one that you see in retail outlets. Those in grocery store, all those consumer packaging. Industrial packaging involved in a series of your supply chain at many points in your supply chain. So for shipping, also large quantity of goods. So in Malaysia, we have many multinationals in different industry, right? So it requires many industrial packaging to ship overseas worldwide. So we look into how to save costs for you. In your production, your warehouse, your lorry, your container. And we also look into ergonomics, packaging ergonomics, material handling, safety and health, all those things to increase our consumer stickiness along the year. How we can actually do, to make the end user, those who using the packaging, like this. Those labor, in fact, one of the story in the past is one of the country, our customers they ship to, people are typically shorter in the country. So if you design the carton, the industrial packaging to be too high, right? Sometimes they take the product, they have back pain over the years. So we tell them that, you cannot, we have to study on, the general height of the production worker in that particular country. So we managed to reduce, and it works, and people there also mentioned about this. So these are some of the consumer stickiness thing that we do value-added service over the years. There are also condensation issue, product scratching issue. We in DS Sigma, we have the technical know-how in product. So we are not tied up to just paper, we are not tied up to just plastic. So we can come up with ideas on how to protect your products. Okay, so another thing we do is just-in-time inventory management. So just-in-time means that you have to deliver the products at the given time. So this strategy is to help customers to save their inventory in their warehouse. So they don't maximize their inventory in their warehouse. They minimize the cost inside. Okay, so you cannot even deliver earlier. You cannot deliver later, you cannot deliver later. Every 5 minutes, line down, you go up to top management in the MNCs. So it is a very high, sounds simple, deliver on time, but it's a high competitive barrier of entry for a lot of competitors, because you have to be fluid, you have to be flexible, adaptable to customer production schedule. So in DS Sigma, we prioritize a lot on this, because every 5 minutes line down, you have to pay for the goods, because they have to maximize their production capacity. Okay, consignment service essentially means we maintain approximately one consignee area, warehouse, and also we do assembly and packing. We not only deliver the goods, we also involve in their assembly and packing process. Okay, so this is typically the process that we do, how we do our business. So a typical packaging supplier will involve from step D onwards. So they get the packaging design, the drawings from their customers, and they start doing the goods and deliver to customers. So in DS Sigma, we managed to, over the years, involve in the front-end value-added service. So we involve in their design and development process. We managed to collaborate with the engineers in the customer side to see how we can, help them in, not only reducing costs, we also can help them in, condensation issue, transportation issue, moisture issue, temperature issue, labor issue, in fact, in this process. Okay, and then we will come up with the design and prototype the product, and then finally we'll go into testing. So one of our key project coming soon is actually setting up a packaging lab. So traditionally, not traditionally, even nowadays, MNCs have to send their goods. They have to purchase in-house testing lab, or they send their products to a certified lab to test this packaging testing for transportation purpose. So they have the drop test, walk-in temperature chamber. So we are purchasing this type of tests, moving towards ISTA standard to allow our customer to test at our company. So these are some of the value-added service that we are doing. Okay, and then in the end, we will go to manufacturing and sourcing, and then warehousing and delivery. Okay, some other value-added service I have touched on just-in-time and assembly and packing. So consignment inventory management actually is one of the project that we do for one of our key customer, which is Sony Supply Chain. So what this means is we standardize the packaging products for all of their vendors. So Sony Supply Chain is a company where they procure products to send overseas for assemble. So Sony has many plants in producing TV worldwide. So they have the HQ in Malaysia. They also have India, Vietnam, Brazil, Slovakia. They have multiple countries for assembly these products worldwide. So they have to procure the product and send overseas worldwide. So traditionally, 10, 12 years ago, all these vendors, they buy the packaging products themselves. and then they might not experience a good costing. You know, they sent to Sony, and Sony were like, wow, why is the packaging so expensive? So we came with the idea, reducing a huge cost down project for them. We standardize all because we have an economy of skills in purchasing bulk packaging product. We have many partners meaning our suppliers in different, from carton to stretch film to HDP, LDP pack. So this is a huge cost down for them. We standardize all the packaging. So not easy thing, even MOQ towards 5 pieces, 10 pieces, we also send. So a lot of the big players, you know, those who produce plastic or paper, they can't accommodate to this because they have a minimum MOQ in their production, but us, since we standardize all, we have to do this with them, okay? Okay, so these are some of the products offering. Oh wow, okay. So these are the normal carton packed consumer goods. Wait, sorry. So this is an example of an industrial packaging that I mentioned just now. So it is a complete set, okay, from paper pallet to the tray, to the carton, and also top tray. And also inside, we have a core protective packaging. So protective packaging essentially just means the products used to protect the goods inside the carton or outside the carton, okay? So we have a series of, wait, sorry. It's not working. So, okay, this in the middle part essentially is the example of protective packaging. We have the layer pad, you know, to segregate the items in a carton. We have the angle, these long pieces angle as to place outside to hold the carton. We also have the nesting to place individual item. So this is an interesting thing because traditionally we came out with this idea. So before we came out with this idea, actually how it works is they wanted to pack a products. I can't name the products. So they place the product inside individual plastic bag and then they put into this nesting, individual, you know, segregation. And then we came out, they tell us, you know, they have labor issue in their production. It is a huge process, you know, you have to pack inside the plastic and then, you know, come inside and then cut it and then send. So a huge process, labor issue. So, wait, sorry. So we came up with idea on, because we have the technical know-how, so we came up with idea on laminating the foam on the carton. So in their production, they just have to put, you know, but it's not that simple. We have to engage with the customer. We have to ask, actually, you know, are you worried with your product being scratched? Are you worrying condensation issue, moisture issue? So we came up with this idea. So managed to streamline their manufacturing process in their assembly line. So this is one interesting example that we did. And then one example also for Sony that we do is we combine all the parts, different parts into one single carton. So they just have to take out one single pallet. They can assemble up to 10 TV panels, 10 TV final products. Yeah. So it's before we came out with this idea, what they did was every single item they place it into one single big carton. So imagine countries with small warehouse. You know, you have to place a lot of carton and then one by one you take out all the things and then assemble into final product. So we came up with idea, you know, why not we just, you know, combine everything into one single, but let's design the nesting inside how we place a single carton. So over the years, we also provide a series of plastic product from stretch film to plastic tray for chips. We also have a series of plastic bag from HDP, LDP. This is for the TV stand. The TV bag, we cut into the size. We are a converter. We also provide foam base from PU to PE to EPS foam also. So this is this EPS, the middle one. Wait. So the middle one, this product, the EPS foam, this is one of the new thing that they want to replace because this is non-recyclable, but it's very cheap and also it's strong. It can hold heavier products. Okay, we also are doing rubber and also airbags. So essentially, we are a one-stop that I mentioned just now, a series of packaging products to complete our customer packaging needs. So we are not tied up to just, you know, we don't say we are a paper company because we also do a series of plastic. But our core business still paper because we see that coming soon, there will be a structural shift to paper packaging needs because of some non-recyclable plastic products that will be replaced for import purpose. Okay, so sustainable packaging is a new thing that we are doing. So we are moving towards FSC. So FSC is a certification that you are only allowed to buy planted trees. So there are huge debate along the years about whether paper or plastic, which one are more environment friendly. Initially, they say paper, is harmful because you have to cut the trees. It's very harmful. They say you cut the trees, it's not nice. So they switch to plastic. And now they say plastic, you can't plant the oil, right? You can't plant the resin, but you can plant a tree. So you are only allowed to buy whatever you plant. So this is ethically sourced raw materials. And we realized along the years, we always do our business center around these 3R principles. So people always talk about recycle, recycle your products. But we think that recycle actually is not really so-called environment friendly because you are also polluting the river. So in DS Sigma, we start with reduce first. Reduce packaging, maximize the good pack in a single carton or even in a container. So this is what we do. We reduce first. Let's try to reduce. Why pack more if you don't need so much? And then we'll go into reuse. So like I think a lot of the people outside, they after purchase a microwave, the carton, they just throw away or recycle the carton. So one of the projects that we do, we also encourage reusing. So we encourage them. You actually can plot a dotted line in your carton. That actually when you purchase the carton, you can actually cut out and then reuse and then reshape the carton into a book racks or shoe rack or something else. So we encourage reuse, not only recycle only. You can actually convert the used packaging item into something else. And we realize one thing that we do reuse in our factory is minimizing production waste. So our production waste, typically we control less than 0.5% because we reuse a lot of rejected or even production unavoidable waste converted into paper pellet. And Lai will show you that how this practice will generate a high margin in our paper pellet products because we use a lot of rejected production waste convert into paper pellet making. Okay, and then finally we only talk about recycle. We have two distribution channels. One is a direct channel where our customer directly use our products. We also have the procurement center, which is, I mentioned just now, the consignment inventory, where the procurement center purchase the product for their vendors. Okay? So as you can see, as of now, 100% of our customers is in the E&E sectors. So we are not only in the consumer electronics, we are involved in the whole E&E supply chain. We do precision metal, we do plastic injection molding. We also have some electrical components customers. So we are in the E&E, but DS Sigma is moving out. We are expanding, we are diversifying our customers into other industries. So these are our major customer breakdown over the past. Okay, as you can see, we are having 5 major customers, which we have 2 Sony customer, Sony Supply Chain and Sony MCS. We have Panasonic Appliances, Aircon, so they are doing the aircon. We have Sony AVC, which are doing the TV. We also have Samsung Electronics, they are doing the microwave. So these 5 customers along the years contribute, back in 2019, approximately 90% collectively. Okay, along the year we managed to reduce the concentration to now approximately 75 to 80%. So we also venture into many EMS players. Okay, so I think one interesting facts I read about in Malaysia, EMS is a growing market. I think I read about a recent IPO, I think, in their market research. The whole Malaysia EMS, I think about a few hundred billion. Yeah. So it's a huge potential in this industry because many Malaysia local companies in the EMS sectors. So that is what we are focusing a lot because EMS players, they use a lot of industrial packaging to ship their goods to their end user. Okay. Our operational facilities, right now we are only in Klang Valley. We are in Klang because of Samsung and Panasonic, they are in Shah Alam. We have to be proximity to our customers because of transportation. You get to save your transportation costs if you are near to your customers. We are also in Nilai because Sony is in Bangi, so to help us reduce the transportation costs. You see this Clank Factory 2 is our new project, which we are going to expand our capacity, okay? And Penang is a new project, new target market. We are going to Penang to target a new customer base in the future. Not in the future, right now. Starting soon, yeah. Puchong is also our warehouse for our plastic packaging products and also our HQ for sales and marketing. Okay, so our current presence, more than, I think over 95% of our customers right now in Klang Valley. We have less than 5% in Negeri Sembilan and in Johor. Okay, our workforce as to date is more than 125. Total build-out is 100,000. So I mentioned that we are going to purchase a new 100,000 Clank Factory 2. So it will be double up our build-up area. As of now, our production utilization rate is only 31%. So flexographic printing is one of our key machines in production. So 31%, fairly low. So they use this based on a calculation of 16 hours production. So 2 shifts. But in our company, we're only doing 1 shift, 8 plus 3 hours. So this explains why 31% fairly low. We also sub some of our products to subcon. Okay, so why is this 31%? We don't operate 2 shifts to maximize the capacity because a few reasons. First one, we are facing space constraint. Okay, as you can see, 100,000 square feet doing 100 million turnover. You know, packaging items are bulky, so we can't really store the goods in our warehouse. So this explains why our inventory turnover is very fast. We keep a lean and inventory management system. Okay, so second reason is we are doing just-in-time customers, so we have to be adaptable to their schedule. We cannot go out maximizing our capacity because they have a pull and push schedule often in their supply chain production schedule. So, but we still can improve. We still can improve this number. Yep. So these are some of the recognition we obtain from our customers. We are also ISO 9000 and ISO 14000 certified. Okay, so to summarize our competitive strength, we are a one-stop packaging center. So we are not a product-centric supplier. We offer multiple value-added service, multiple solutions, you know, to integrate our solutions, and we are moving into sustainable packaging. So this sum up in what we do. We have a track record in serving our top 5 customers over the years. Our major customers have been with us since the start until now, 9-20 years. We never exit. They never kick us because in fact, we are keep growing in our existing customers because of adapting to them, adapting to their needs, and offering more solutions along the years. And we keep a fast and lean inventory management. So in DS Sigma, we tie it back to our founder at that time, lean capital, minimal capital, how to maximize your results with lean capital, minimum capital. So you have to operate, you know, fast and lean inventory culture. Our typical inventory turnover day for our raw material is only 1 day only. So typically when morning the raw material come, we have to, you know, go out already. So we don't keep raw material in our company, and we also inventory turnover for our finished goods is about 2 weeks. So have to have a fast inventory turnover ratio, and we have an experienced management team. Okay, section 4 will be our future plan and also post IPO. What are we doing? Okay, so first of all, we are going into Penang. So why Penang? Why I didn't put Johor? Why Penang? Because Penang we identify as a growing markets that many electronics, not only electronics, the solar players are inside the area. Okay, so DS Sigma, you know, we are right now 100% in electronics, but actually we are able to do furniture, glove, even F&B. But why don't we, you know, focus back then is because of we wanted to be specialized that time in one industry because we realized E&E is a huge market that require a lot of solutions needed. Because expensive item, bulky item, you can able to provide many packaging solutions because an item can go up to few hundred, few thousand ringgit. So 2-3%, you know, we can do much with them. Okay, so Penang is a new market that we are going into. Not limited to southern market also lah, potentially also in the future. Okay, southern market also many EMS players, as you can know. We are establishing a new clank factory to approximately 100,000 square feet, okay, to boost up our capacity, mainly to solve our warehouse issue, space constraint issue, but also in line with our automated and robotic packing machine. Okay, so you need a huge space to cater your all those robotic packing machine, conveyor system, everything. Okay, so you need a bigger factory. Okay, and we are targeting into a new markets, not only in E. We are going into solar PV. Why solar PV? Why solar PV? So solar manufacturers are Malaysia is one of the biggest countries in the world that produce solar cells and also solar modules. And we chose solar modules is because they are similar to what we're doing right now, TV panels. Essentially heavy items, big items that require industrial packaging to ship overseas worldwide to countries. So we identify solar as one of our key industry that we have to move into. We are also going into medical device, which provide packaging solutions for them. Okay, for the capital expenditure part, first of all, we are going to automated robotic packing machine. So this part we are using about 7 million ringgit, about I think 8 to 10 machines. In total, a series of packaging robotic machine to streamline our manufacturing process. So along the year, we also managed to cut down on the percentage of labor to the total revenue size along the years. We are introducing a new product, honeycomb, which is able to serve as a protective packaging to protect the item, a layer pad. Okay, it's a hexagon shape kind of thing. It's a different type, than the normal corrugated board. And right now it's widely used in the furniture also. So in the door also, right now they use a lot of honeycomb right now because it's strong and stiff for one surface. The other angle is not so strong. We are also introducing a new type machine, 6-color flexographic, to print a more vibrant image to target a wider range of customers. Okay, and lastly, we are establishing a new packaging design and innovation center. So this is to essentially improve our value-added service, to keep on trying to offer a complete service for our customers. So they are able to test their products at our packaging lab. So some of the examples are walk-in chamber. So walk-in chamber is used to test moisture and temperature. So this walk-in chamber can cater -70 to about 150 degrees. So during their transportation, you can test, okay, experiment how your product stimulate. Will it be in a cold environment or strong hot environment? We are also introducing vibration machine, drop test machine, and some other machine. So all related to transportation purpose. Okay, we are also buying flatbed digital cutter and also a new technology design software. They are able to help us in calculating how to reduce packaging for our customers also. Okay, so section 5 will be financial overview. I will hand it over to Mr. Lai, which is our CFO. Okay.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Lai, CFO of DS Sigma. Thanks to my director, Le Hao, for bringing us through the IPO details, company business overview, and also the future plans. So I'll bring you all through a quick snapshot of our company's financials throughout the past 4 years. Firstly, starting off with revenue, our revenue grew from 105.7 million in 2019 up to 121.2 million in 2022, which is a CAGR growth of 4.7% over the past few years. As for gross profits grew from 32.4 million in 2019 up to 43 million in 2022, which is a CAGR growth of 9.9%. As for gross profit margins wise, it grew from 30.7% in 2019 up to 35.5% in 2022. Profit before tax is also in the same trend, whereby it grew from 19.6 million in 2019 up to 28.8 million in 2022. As for profit after tax, it's also in the same trend, whereby it grew from 14.9 million in 2019 up to 21.5 million in 2022. As for margins wise, it has also grown from 14.13% in 2019 up to 17.7% in 2022. So this would be a quick breakdown of our revenue. Our revenue can basically be broken down into two segments. The first one being our manufacturing segment, which comprises of our corrugated paper packaging products and also our paper pellets. The next segment would be our supply segment. Supply is referring to our trading of non-paper based, those plastic, foam, rubber products. So we'll start off with the manufacturing segment. Manufacturing revenue actually grew from 76.8 million in 2019 up to 97.4 million in 2022. Margins-wise, it's up from 29.7% in 2019 up to 34.9% in 2022. This can be further broken down into two categories. The first one being our cartons and protective packaging, whereby revenue grew from 63.6 million in 2019 up to 77.7 million in 2022. Margins-wise, it's also up from 22.6% in 2019 up to 26.7% in 2022. As for our paper pellets revenue was also up from 13.2 million in 2019 up to 19.7 million in 2022. Margins for paper pellets wise is up from 63.5% in 2019 up to 66.9% in 2022. So I believe you are wondering how come paper pellets we can generate such high margins. So like my director Le Hao mentioned earlier, one of the main reasons why we garner such a high margin for our paper pellets is because we reduce our production waste. Our first runs, rejects, our quality testing, all these kind of things is we don't recycle all these, we don't sell them as waste paper. We actually build this all into our production of our paper pellets. Therefore, our material cost for our paper pellets is much lower. Therefore, we can garner such high margins. Next would be our supply or trading segment. Revenue was actually down from 28.9 million in 2019 down to 23.8 million in 2022. So you all must be wondering, how come the trading segment revenue is down? Is it there's no demand, or is it we're not selling as much of these trading products? So just to give you all just to clarify this up is that it's not that we are selling less or there's no demand for the trading products. It's because the company itself, DS Sigma itself, we are a solution provider to our customers. We design and develop packaging products for our customers based on what they need and what they want. So it's purely a product mix. Sometimes customers will require more paper packaging, we design more paper packaging, we sell more paper packaging. Sometimes if they require more plastic in their entire packaging solution, we provide a different product mix to them. However, as for margins wise, you can see that margins is up from 33.24% in 2019 up to 38% in 2022. So on the right hand side of the slide here is just a quick overview of the revenue contribution for the three segments. The largest being our carton and protective packaging, whereby it garnered 63% of our total revenue in 2021 and also 64% of our total revenue in 2022. Our second largest would be our supply of protective packaging, which is our trading segment. It has garnered 21% in 2021 and 20% in 2022. As for our paper pellets, it maintained at 16% revenue contribution throughout the both years. This will be a quick snapshot of our balance sheet. We can have a look at the total assets, whereby total assets grew from 48.5 million in 2019 up to 79.5 million in 2022. Total liabilities remain within the range of 24 to 29 million throughout the past 4 years. Net assets has been growing healthily from 20 million in 2019 up to 50.3 million in 2022. Total borrowings has also been on a healthy decline from 16.4 million in 2019 down to 10.8 million in 2022. We have a healthy cash and cash equivalent balance throughout the past 4 years. On the right hand side, we have our ratios of the company. The first line, the light green line, would be our trade receivables turnover ratio, whereby the receivables turnover ranges from 40 to 57 days throughout the past 4 years. This is well within our credit terms provided to our customers, which is typically 60 days. Second line would be our receivable turnovers, which ranges from 33 to 39 days. This is also well within the credit terms provided to us by our suppliers, which is typically 60 days. As for the yellow line, this represents the inventory turnover in number of days. It ranges from 12 to 17 days, which is in line with our company policy of goods having to turn around within 2 weeks period. As for our debt ratios, the top line, the green line, would be our current ratio, which is on a healthy uptrend from 1.58 times in 2019 up to 3.3 times in 2022. Yellow line would be our gearing ratio. It's also on a healthy downtrend, whereby it dropped from 0.82 times in 2019 down to 0.21 times in 2022. This would be a quick snapshot of our cash flow statements. We recorded net positive operational cash flow throughout all 4 years. Also, just would like to highlight that even in the year 2020, whereby we experienced business suspensions due to MCO and lockdowns, we are also able to generate a positive net operational cash flow. And on the right here, we have our dividend payout ratio, which ranges from 71% to 80% throughout the years 2019, 2020, and 2021. So this will be the end of the presentation from the management of the company. Thank you all for your time listening. Okay.
Thank you, Le Hao and Mr. Lai. I know it's quite a long presentation. I think you deserve another round of applause. Quite a clear presentation of what they want to do, right? In this particular space that they are in, which are being more customer-centric, right? So now we are going to open for questions. If you guys are going to open to the floor first. If any questions, you can just raise your hands up. Okay, the mic will be passed to you. Wow, okay, we have Chris first.
Hi, good evening, Le Hao and Mr. Loy. So my name is Chris. Actually, I want to ask this very simple question: is that why do you want to go listing? Because what I ask this is mainly because you have a healthy cash flow in your bank's balances, and you know, cash is not an issue. And for a customer perspective, right, your customers are very good MNC and stick with you for a long time. So can you explain why you want to go to listing? And yeah.
Okay, so we get this question along the listing journey. Okay, very simple only. Actually, we find that we are ready. Okay, first of all, after MCO, over the past, we see our financial have been steady over the past 4 years. First thing, and we see that although, you know, we don't need the money. We have a healthy cash flow, you know, every year pay out sizable amount of dividend. But we realize we are ready to go listing. Firstly, you know, have a listing title. We are able to gain confidence from multiple partners, you know, different partners when we want to do business with. Not only partner, also customer and also supplier, and also you can attract talents. Yeah, with, you know, so far for the 1 year, we managed to tell them our growth prospect in our company by going listing. So yeah, they see this and then they realize, okay, I think it's very simple. Basically, just because of that, nothing else. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
Don't come from a manufacturing background, but from property perspective of a retail mall, you always measure the tenants that you have, the quality. And in this case, you have about 5 anchor consistent customers, and all 5 are in the E&E. And of course, there's a very broad space in the EMS that you're trying to get at. Now, what is your risk profile, assuming that you are expanding and putting more spaces? I thank you for sharing some of these are very innovative and cost cutting just in time, very impressive. But what's the outlook of all these Japanese key customers that you have now? And what's your potential of garnering future customers? Thank you.
So 2 questions. First one will be what's the outlook, right? So I have to admit, the consumer market right now, electronics market, is not looking good. It's not looking good worldwide. is happening, recession is happening, there's a demand destruction worldwide. So in DS Sigma, we are affecting on the demand, okay? Our project, right now, allocation are all maintaining. In fact, we are growing market share along these few months. We have been taking more projects from existing customer, as also, we also have a few customers we are growing. But just on the project-wise, for example, project meaning which model allocation, there's a demand destruction happening worldwide. There is the European risk, US risk happening right now in 1 year. So it's a cyclical trend happening right now, 2023. So the outlook for short term is not so good, short term, because of this worldwide cyclical trend right now happening. First question. So second question, how to garner the risk, okay? So in our company, we always maintaining a very lean inventory, everything. We always try to reduce the overhead lah. So this is first what we're doing, cost cutting in our company. So you can see along the 4 years, even though MCO happening, we also try to maintain a healthy balance sheet. First reason. Secondly, on revenue side, how to actually increase our revenue, because overhead are kind of fixed and we have the capacity. So the more you do, the higher the margin, right? So for revenue side, right now we are only in Klang Valley only. We are only in electronics. But the recent few months, not recent few months, for the past 1 year, we have been actually securing more projects from our existing customers and also targeting a few new customers, not only in Klang, in Penang also. And as well as we are also going southern also lah. Yeah. So sending from the local branch going down. So we see this 2023 as a crisis, as an opportunity, because we are able to capture more market share. So short term, not looking good on the existing project because there is a cyclical drop in demand. But I think it's a time for us to convert this crisis into opportunity in our company to capture more market share, going down, going up, going down, to capture more project. So when the cyclical over, when the business come back project, we are ready to cater to serve our customers. Did I answer your question?
Fairly honest answer.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are worried next year will be a recession year, and you're listing at this time. I don't know what sort of premium or whatever that you have attached inside. But anyway, your money is to deploy for expansion and robotics, which is to solve your labor problem.
So as you can see, actually post-IPO, our total borrowings actually par down. I think we have a net cash position of over 80 million ringgit lah. So we have a healthy balance sheet coming in this crisis. So we are moving, expanding. So we just have to wait for the demand worldwide to recover. So I think it's a cyclical trend. Yep. Thank you for the question.
Okay, thank you, Lau. Those guys online, if you have questions, you can ask those questions as well. We don't have any questions yet, so anyone here have any questions or not, can raise your hands.
Yeah, since no one asking, then
Okay,
I'll ask
please.
more. Actually, can I ask on who will detect the price of your corrugated carton? Who will determine the price?
So typically for all of the raw materials, there is a typical average. So for example, in corrugated board, there are different type of paper, right? There are the kraft liner, text liner, medium paper. So there's a tonnage. So price per ton, for example, right now, 2,500 to 3,000 per ton for the single. So we have a typical price with our supplier. Yeah.
All right. So your customer will know what is your cost, and you add on certain margin.
They might not know our cost, but every three months they will review on the trend, the paper, the raw material trends, and then cost up or cost down accordingly. But over the past 4 years, we managed to pass on the cost, as well as during cost down period, we managed to pass on. So as you can see, I think in our prospectus also you can see the raw material ratio to the revenue has been consistent from 53 to 55% of the total revenue. I think it's in our prospectus. So we managed to pass on the costs to customers and also during cost down. Yeah, cost down and cost up period.
I see.
All right, thank you. Many more questions?
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
Muda is a bulk corrugated board manufacturer, and their margin is actually very thin, 2%, 3%. Their share price has come down from 380 to 180. Yeah. So, but I'm surprised that you, even for your manufacturing side, your margins are very healthy. How do you secure that? You will probably have some where you manufacture your cartons and then you provide us the solutions. So, which one actually delivers you a better solution, or these are two integrated parts?
Okay. So
And do you sell outside your corrugated cartons?
okay.
Thank you.
So essentially, for our paper packaging business, we are a converter. So mainly to summarize, there are three types of paper. The first one is the paper mill. Okay, will produce the paper. Second one is the corrugator. We call it corrugator. So like Muda, they have the paper mill, they have the corrugator, and also they have the converter. But in DX Sigma, we only in the converter, where we purchase ready carton board, and we do converting in our arm, which is the printing and also the cutting process, assemble into finished good. So can't comment on our taiko, Muda, in our industry. Yeah, not allowed. Yeah, there are a few China paper mill coming in after MCO due to Mr. C. Hopefully, yeah. hopefully, yeah. So yeah, but we are the customer-facing front as a converter. We are not only doing paper, we do plastic also. So a lot of lamination that comes with the solution and margin. Yeah.
Can I ask
Yep.
a question? It's regarding your paper pellet business. So I'm just wondering, as Mr. Lai mentioned that you enjoy such a high margin is because you are using your existing waste and go into manufacture of paper pellet. Is that right?
Okay, that is first thing, partially right, to par down our raw material costs.
All right.
Yeah, we use a rejected board, convert into the making of the pellet. Yep.
That is fantastic, 60% of GP margin.
Yep.
And then the next question is, what is the growth driver of this business and who are you selling this paper pellet to? Is
Okay.
it to existing Sony and Samsung or to other people?
Okay, so paper pellet, okay, I answered the first part just now, which is raw material-wise, we managed to par down on the cost due to the reuse policy in our company. Second thing is because pellet, we sell in a complete set. So not only we just supplying the pellet to them. I think just now you see in one of the slides on other products, the whole industrial packaging, right? So the pellet, there's a pellet, there's a tray, there's a carton, right? So it's a complete set. Okay, so we amortize some of the margin into paper pellet to make it more expensive. Firstly, because paper pellet recently we also doing bigger size. One of the customer that use a lot of paper pellet in our company is Sony, so they use our paper pellet. We're doing a big TV right now, 75-inch, 85-inch is the preferred TV worldwide. So require a more thickness and more engineered paper pellet in the thickness. So a lot of labor job, and then that comes up with the margin also. And the driver is traditionally paper pellet is being compared with wooden, plastic pellet. So I can't comment on much on the wooden and plastic, but the advantage on paper pellet is firstly easier to dispose. It's lighter, it's easier to dispose, more environmentally friendly, okay, and also non-fumigation. So no insect, no news. During material handling in their production is safer, yeah. But of course, the cost, sometimes it may be more expensive compared to other pellet compared to the plastic and also the wooden. Yeah.
May I ask, what's the valuation of your factories? Who did your valuation of the factories? And the valuation of your factories, when you lease, there must be a NTA, pegged to the value of your land,
Yes.
your assets
Yes.
that you inject in.
Yes, okay, just
thank you.
maybe I can shed some light on this. So currently all the non-current assets, the property, plant and equipment that you see is being recorded on our balance sheet. All these are at cost. It has not been revalued at all based on any valuers assumptions or anything like that. Everything is based on what we purchased at and also being depreciated at. So it has not been revalued or anything.
That's very kind of you.
Thank you.
Generous of you. Are you going to go for it? Or you say can get or not? So you give us pink form lah.
So far, our placement and everything is being handled by our sole placement agent, Public Bank. So maybe Jason can refer them to you.
Oh, you got one guy sold already. Okay, any more questions? I see online is quiet. No questions yet. So this could be a very short session. Anyone have any other questions? You want to clarify from, get clarification from the house?
Hi, good evening. I'm Raymond. I see that you plan to expand by building an innovation center for testing. Is it solely based, the center, is it solely going to be a physical testing, or are you planning to have some other virtual testing or simulation as well?
Okay, so this packaging testing lab, all for physical testing. So why we came out with this value-added offering is because traditionally we see that, you know, after we do design prototyping, you know, our packaging design sent to our customer, they pack their goods and then they do it in-house testing, and then or send to certified lab to do the testing. So we find this, you know, if we have our own packaging design lab, we are able to actually complete as a one-stop, you know, from design, and then straight away we can do the packaging testing in our in-house. And then future, if we obtain the ISTA standard, okay, which is the International Safety Transportation. It's about transportation. You have to meet the requirement by purchasing a series of packaging equipments, testing equipment that meet the certification requirement. So we are able to even open for outsiders to come in and test their products and generate revenue. But that is not in the current pipeline. We are just going to obtain the ISTA and then do value offering for, you know, our existing customer and also for new customers. So this is some additional selling point, attractive point for the new customers. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, maybe just let me add on a little bit to Le Hao. Also that other than all this physical testing, right, we actually have purchased new packaging design software, which allows us to actually design packaging for our customers and also calculate our container loading efficiency and all these things, do a simulation for our customers to see what the packaging would look like. We also have a sample cutter which we are able to produce samples of the actual packaging products itself for our customers to have a look at.
So, right.
Actually can't be done virtually because they have to place the actual goods in the whole pallet to test on the equipments. Yeah.
No, where I'm coming from is because you design the packaging for your customers, right?
Yeah.
And then you perform the physical test. So let's say if there's a failure in the physical test, the products inside will then be damaged. Do you have to bear the cost for that, or?
That is, you know, go down to your agreement with the customers. Yeah.
So normally,
but it's a single item lah, so we haven't really started this, so I think we have to look into it and answer your questions. Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Yeah. So there won't be virtual because before you actually come out with the prototype, you wouldn't know going into equipments whether it will fail or success. Yeah. But I would say we offer an alternate options for our customers that they don't need to pay outside. They don't need to send their testing, regardless failure or success, to the certified lab and pay them. Or some of our customers actually do have internal in-house testing equipment, but some, if don't have, they can always come to here and then we do the testing for them, regardless of failure or success. I think this is more towards their cost lah. We don't have to bear because we provide the testing lab for them.
Just to add on a little bit to my boss, right? Because there are two parts of the testing lab. The first part would be material testing. Material testing meaning that we test the material, the paper itself, what kind of bursting we can get out of the paper. So this would determine the strength of the paper. So on the other hand, we have our what we call the testing for the logistical purposes, the vibration, all these things, because when products are in lorries, are being transported in containers, all these, they have vibration they have humidity, all these things. So we use all these testing machineries to simulate all these conditions itself, and then we see how the packaging actually performs under these conditions, whereby we will pack our customers' products in and then go through all these things in the actual real world. So in our lab itself, we have these machineries that we can simulate all these kind of conditions, being on a container which is high humidity, high heat. We have our walk-in chamber that we can do this. When they are traveling in lorries, in containers, we have a vibration machine that actually we have a gyroscope meter inside, which we can measure how much is the vibration and actually know that does this fit into our customers, their products, can they handle this type of packaging, can we protect their products up to what is required lah. So other than that, we also have an incline impact tester, whereby sometimes there are accidents that happen whereby those pallets, they actually fall down from the forklift or something, and then they have impact. So we have all these kind of machines which we are able to actually simulate and test a real world application to it and see how our packaging would be able to protect our customers' products.
All right. Yes, we can.
Yeah, good evening. I'm asking on behalf of all investors regarding the dividend payout. So we saw that pre-IPO, we have the management declare quite a fair and attractive dividend. How about post-IPO? Is there any dividend policy?
We didn't state any dividend policy because of our advice from our principal advisor, Public Investment Bank. But as you can see, our track record, for the past 3 years, we have paid out a sizable amount of dividend payout ratio from 60 to 80%. So I think moving forwards, we are intend to do so. But
can be expected.
Can be expected, but yeah, until then, we haven't stated any policy. We couldn't able to disclose how much. But yeah, we will continue the trend, not the trend of the ratio, but continue the trend of paying out dividend also to reward shareholders. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right, nice. Anyone? Or okay, Chris, go ahead.
All right. Based on the profit that you generated over the past few years, there's definitely you are qualified for main board listing. So can
it's in the pipeline.
It's in the pipeline.
Transfer to main board, yeah.
All right. Okay. So just another question on the growth. The next phase of the company is that you're mentioning you are going to try to enter a new target market, which is a solar PV market. So can you just share a little bit more with us?
Okay, so one of the key target project that we are doing right now, apart from expand into some of the existing E&E, our customers, new customer E&E, we are moving into solar. Why solar? I mentioned because it is similar to the E&E. One of the similar product, the solar module, which is the panel that on top roof, is similar to TV panel that we are doing. Of course, the total product, the complete product might be different, but this is what we do, one-stop packaging, to design the solutions for cater to that industry. And why solar? Typically stated because solar in Malaysia, in worldwide, Malaysia is one of the biggest manufacturer in the world. We have the US player, we have the China players, we have the Korean players in Malaysia. So that is what we are trying. We are in the pipeline in talking with some of them, and we hope to secure and then being able to contribute to our business. Coming sooner, few years.
So is definitely going to coming sooner for this?
I hope so. I hope so. In the process,
All right.
to see how we can actually help them. Yeah.
May I ask one last question?
Sure.
Who are your competitors?
Okay, can answer that. Okay. We do not have any competitor at our size, bigger or smaller, because we're doing one stop. We are not only a paper, we also do plastic. But in our customer side, we do have a competitor competitor in, let's say, paper, and also in the plastic, we do have competitor in plastic. So actual competitor, I don't know, but in paper, we have the Genting Sanyan, we have the Muda, Ona Paper, Masterpack, Pavi Packages, all these are our direct competitor in the paper business. In the plastic, obviously, even bigger market. Yeah, a lot of the players outside. But I think as being a one-stop, we are not a product-centric. So I don't see any real competitor so far that doing similar style like us, that partnering with all these big players to serve our customers, yeah, as the customer-facing arm. Yeah. So yeah, but if you want to really say, single product, what is your competitor? Paper one, then I can tell you like the big players, Genting Sanyan, Muda, Hata Packaging, Ona Paper, yeah. So these are the direct competitor in the paper market. They are also our supplier, also our partner, our Taiko also. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yes, Jeline.
Do you mind, right, if you go back to the financial report, the last one, because there's one question that I would like to ask.
Which one is that?
This one?
Okay, for the cash and cash equivalents, right, on the last one, 2022, the 26, is it 26 million? Why is the sudden jump of the cash?
Actually, there's a huge dividend payout along the 3 years. So you can see 11.57, 17 actually should go back. So this year we didn't pay out any dividend. So the profit, the cash go into this 2022 numbers. Does it answer your question?
You said from your chart, right? I mean, from the revenue, is actually kind of a steady uptrend. But it's just that from the net cash operating and also at the end, like the cash, right, there's actually a sudden jump. So I just want to know that the amount is derived from where?
Sorry, are you referring to the jump here?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you see, right, the past 3 years, it has been 11.6, 9.8, and 9.8 million. Sudden jump to 26 billion. The main reason for this is that in 2019, we paid out 11.5 million dividends, 2020, 7 million in dividends, 2021, 17 million in dividends, but no dividends were being paid out in the year 2022. That's why all the cash and bank balances were reflected back on our balance sheet.
Assuming zero dividend payout, this one will be 11 plus 11, 22 plus 31, then plus 7, 38, plus 9, 47, and then become like this. So it is after the dividend become the balance.
Yeah. Hope this answers your question.
One more question. This industry, right, the competition level is quite high, and the competitor or the new entry, right, the barrier is actually quite low. How do you actually stay like on top of the competition?
Yeah, so packaging, huge market, but of course huge market, like you say, low barrier entry and also high competitor, a lot of competitor players in the market. But we can see along the years, actually some of the big players product, the paper actually consolidating, plastic also consolidating. But in DS Sigma, we are not focusing on actually trying to maximize, tie up to a single product and maximize our capacity on a single product. We are more towards solutions according to customer needs. So today, if customer wants more plastic, we shift into plastic. Today, customer want more paper, we shift into paper. So we are more focusing on providing solutions. Today, we adapt to customer trend on the thing because we realize partnering with big player on providing products help us in driving the business. So this is one thing. And secondly, being MNCs is not serving MNCs customer actually also have a high barrier entry due to like I mentioned in the slide. They are the just-in-time. You have to provide a series of value-added service. So, like our corporate tagline, a paradigm shift, because we see a shifting trend in this packaging industry, where no longer customer just seeking for products only. You have to provide more than just providing products. So that is why along the year, being one-stop, we also have to jump into integrate our solutions into their supply chain, and also right now sustainable packaging. To keep on adapting to their trend, you have to integrate the solutions. That is what we're trying to do, not just supplying packaging. Because supplying packaging product, a lot of people, they just buy a machine, they just do a packaging product that just serve them. So along the year, we have to come up with integrating many solutions in our whole and face customers. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
All right. Okay, still no questions online. Online guys, are you still awake? Okay. Anyone here? You guys are still awake here, right? Anyone have any more questions? Yeah. There's only one guy here complimenting Lehao being a young man. He said, what has he been doing in his life? Hi. Okay, you ask him later. Yeah. Are you married or not? Any more questions? No? You're all clear? Anyways, I think Lehao will still be around in a while. You can, if you want to ask him personally also, you can ask him since he's already here. You guys can ask him here. If those online, if there's no questions, I'm going to end the last question for Lehao. I know being a young man, running a company right now is going to be listed. What keeps you awake at night? If you are not sleeping, what keeps you awake?
I think it's the growth prospect. Yeah.
Growth. Wow,
to see how to bring the company to the next level. Yeah.
Right. I
think
know that the World Cup is over, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, I stay awake for that also. Yeah, I stay awake for that last night.
So it's about business,
yeah, it's a balance. Yeah.
All right.
You have to.
Right. Thank you. With that, thank you so much. Please give one more round of applause to Lehao and Mr. Lai Junhong for their presentation here today. All right. And thank you very much also for attending tonight's session. Hopefully you are able to attend the next sessions that we're going to have at the Equity Tracker. So thank you so much. Have a good night. It will be the last for this year, but more coming next year. You have to motivate Swee Kiang. He's the one who's actually bringing all these guest speakers over here. All right.